Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be setting up the Wii U Pro Controller on the Nintendo Switch. So I'm going to show you all the things that work and also the few things that don't work on it. Basically it works really well. Now you will need to buy an adapter. Good news is it's really cheap, and also it's so easy to set up, and it is wireless. You don't have to have a cable connected between here and the Nintendo Switch. It's completely wireless. So what we need is one of these. It's called a MayFlash Magic-NS, and I got this from Amazon Prime for 20 UK pounds, and with that I also got a little USB-C on-the-go cable, so that's handy because now we can play this in handheld mode. And also they throw in a little case here for your game cartridges. If you just wanted the adapter by itself, currently is £18.49p. Right, let's show you how easy it is to set up. Now with this adapter you can also connect up PlayStation 4 controllers, Xbox One controllers. This is all wirelessly and it works well. The only thing that doesn't work on all of them is rumble, so if you like the rumble then don't get this. Maybe in future they might be able to update the driver or something to allow rumble, but right now it's not there. And I will say as well, this is working at the moment, but this could be patched out at a later stage by Nintendo. I don't know whether it will be or not, but it's something to bear in mind. Good thing is, because this is quite cheap, especially if you already own one of these, then you're not really doing a very big outlay to use your Wii U Pro Controller and all the other controllers on the Switch. So let me show you what you get in the pack. So that's basically it. That's the dongle there. And there's some instructions as well. I will show them when I do the full video. Now it's so easy to do. Basically there's different modes, so we need it to be in red mode. If it was in blue mode, it would be for D inputs, so things like the PlayStation 3, and if it was in green mode then it's going to be for X inputs, so that's going to be things like on a PC for an X input controller. But when this arrived it was already synced up to the red. To swap between modes, all you have to do is hold down this little button. It's a little bit tricky to get to, so you either have to have slightly long nails or put something on it, but basically all you need to do is, it's a little clickable button. You just need to hold that in for about 5 seconds, and then you see it will start flashing, then it will go off, and then when it comes back on again, you let go, when it comes back on, it will change the mode. But as I say, when I got this, it was already on the red one, and I'll show you how easy it is to connect up. All you've got to do is put it on a USB port on your Nintendo Switch, doesn't matter, top or bottom. And you see it's flashing red because it's in the Switch mode. So it came already in the Switch mode because I presume it's probably going to be the biggest seller. Now it has to be plugged into the Nintendo Switch. If you were to plug it into a normal USB wall charger, it doesn't work. So it's not like the Brook adapters. It must be using a wired connection between here and the Switch. It's not using a wireless connection. And that's why, to me, it works so well. I'm going to show you the buttons working, and it doesn't matter how fast I press them, it is registering on screen. Let me show you how easy it is to sync up. So right, we've got a slow flashing light at the moment. We want to make that into a quick flashing light, so it's looking for a device to pair up to. So you just need to tap this button at the top. It doesn't always work first time. Let me give it another go. There you go. Can you see now it's flashing? And all we have to do is get the Wii U Pro Controller, turn it round and just tap the sync button. So I've tapped that, and now if you have a look, there you go, it's synced up already. So that's gone to solid red, and you can see it's player 1. Now you see the blue light here, so it looks like it's player 1. Well, right now it is because I haven't got anything else connected. But even now, if I turn this off and I was to connect this one, and a Switch Pro Controller, it would still just stay on player 1. It doesn't move across. On this you can be player 2, 3, 4, but, or 5, 6, 7, however many controllers you got, but it will still only have the one blue light, so this is not an indication of what player you are. Right, let me show you it working. You can see there, I'm scrolling around the screen with the left analog stick, but let me go down to controllers and sensors just to show you all the buttons. Controllers and sensors. Right, so let's do this one, test input devices, and see how quick it works. So let me just zoom in a bit more here. Right, watch this. See that? It's instant, and watch the D-pad. Hold on. Yeah, you can see how quick it's working. See? So that to me works really, really well. So as you can see, let's just quickly go through the buttons. It's already laid out like a Pro Controller. So, let's zoom out a little bit. You've got obviously A, B, Y and X, just like a Pro Controller. You've got right, left, and you've got ZR and ZL. You've got analog stick in, left analog stick in. You've got your D-pad. You have got your home button, but that's going to take me off this, but I will show you that working at the end. You've got your minus, you've got your plus, and if you press them both together, it takes a capture, so it takes a screenshot. So let me just show you that. Let me get out of this a second, let me go to home. Right, so watch this now if I want to take a screenshot. There you go, you see, capture taken. It will put you to the page that one of these actually work on, but still if you press them both together, so I'll do it again, you can see capture taken and you hear that noise as well. Right, let me go down and show you the analog sticks, because what I didn't realise was this works perfectly on the Wii U, yet there is actually a bit of drift on both sticks, and I never noticed it before because I couldn't test for it, but on this it shows that they're not going to dead center perfectly, and I know it's not the adapter because it doesn't happen on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 controller that I tried earlier. Now, if you want to watch the other video where I show all those controllers working, then please check out, it will probably be released on the next video after this one. So I'm going to go down to controllers and sensors, and I'm going to go down to calibrate control sticks. Now if you have a look here, I'm going to press in on the left. Can you see there? It's not perfectly aligned. It's not dead center. See? But it is completely analog. Have a look at that. You've got full control of it, so you can do small movements, large movements, and it feels instant as well. But annoyingly it's not going to the center, so I'm going to have to look into that. Probably do another video on how to fix that, because normally all you've got to do is spray a cleaner in there and that often solves it. And also it's happening on the right one as well, but if you have a look you can see that it's got the full range of movement. So I'm just going really slowly over and you can see it's moving over. Yeah, so it's not working as a D-pad, it's working properly as an analog stick. Let me just show you the other one. Again, you can see here, it's drifted over that side, so both my sticks are going over that way a bit. So I did get this controller second hand and it looked in immaculate condition, but I'm thinking now it has had a lot of use. Yeah. Again, but if you have a look, you can see full range of movement all the way round, and then tiny movements inside as well. And it works quick, see? You can see how responsive it is. Yeah, and there's no skip either, you know, it doesn't sort of do that and then skip a few. It works really well. So in my opinion this seems to be working better than the Brook adapter, although the Brook adapter does support Rumble and this one doesn't. So let me just quickly show you a game and then I'm going to show you the features that don't work. Right, so the controls are just like the Pro Controller, it mirrors it exactly. Yeah, so you can see there, it's really responsive. Yeah, so you can see it works perfectly. And there you go, you can do a capture taker. Now, what you can't do, oh, auto accelerate was on there, so let's turn that off. Now you can't do tilt controls on it, so if I was to do Y and turn tilt controls on, it doesn't work. So now can you see here? You can still steer with the D-pad and the left analog stick, but it's not allowing you to do tilt controls. Other thing, there is no rumble on this, so let me just go to home. So the downside of it is the fact that there's no motion control. Also, there's no rumble on it. So whether that can be fixed with an update, maybe it can. But the good thing is it's very easy to set up. There's no lag. Also, there's no NFC reader. So you know on the Pro Controller here, the proper Switch Pro Controller, you've got an NFC reader up here. Well, on the Wii U, there is no NFC reader. So you're going to have to use your right Joy-Con if you want to use your Amiibos. Right, Wii remotes do not work. I've tried connecting up the Wii remote to here, and although it looks like it's trying to sync, nothing's happening. And the other thing that's strange is it will only charge while, so for example, if you want to charge this up from the Nintendo Switch, it will only charge while it's in the dock. So if you have a look here, I'm going to plug in the charger up here, and when I plug it into the bottom USB port, if you can have a look, you can see the charging light comes on. But yet, when I take the Switch out of the dock, the charging light goes off. Now, normally on the Pro Controller, it will go off and it will come back on again. So the proper Switch Pro Controller will still charge even when this is in handheld mode. So you can just put it in here, take the Switch away with you, and you know it will be charged by the time you get back. With this, it only charges when it's docked. So watch it now, it will come back again. There you go, and it's come back again. So that's a slightly odd thing that it does. And as well as that, right now you see it's not synced up. So let's see how easy it is to sync up again. I'm just going to press the button. There we go, so it does sync up by itself again. So that's quite good. Now, to turn it off, I'm just going to have to press the power button. Okay, and that's not the same as using the home button on here and turning off the Switch. This is purely just to turn off the Wii U Pro Controller. Because remember, on the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, you haven't got a power button. So right now that's charging up. So pretend now that's a dead controller. Let's see if it will just work. Turning off the Switch and then coming on and just see if it will work without us having to sync it up again. So I've got my little Joy-Con. I'm just going to go into sleep mode, press A. And if you have a look now, the red light stopped flashing on here. So I'm pretty certain when I press this, it's not going to sync up because it needs this to be live for this to sync up. So there you go, you see nothing's happening. Okay, so let's turn on the Nintendo Switch. And let's see how easy it is to sync up. So I've got the flashing red light here. There we go, it's done it. So that is very easy. Okay, now let me show you handheld mode, because if you just are willing to spend the extra £1.50, then you do get this on-the-go USB-C cable. Has to be a USB-C. So let's put it in handheld mode. Now we have to plug this in here, so it's going to have to be on a stand like so. And now we get our Magic adapter. You can see the flashing red light, so now let's sync it up again just by tapping there. And there you go, it's synced up on here. So now if I zoom in straight on here, we can play it in handheld mode. Yeah, and I'll just quickly show you the buttons one more time just to show that they're still completely responsive. Test input devices, test controller buttons. Right, ready? Zoom in a bit more. We'll take a picture. Yeah, you get the idea. I think the D-pad shows it the best. Look at that. Yeah, so you can see it really is, to me, there feels like there's zero lag on that. So it's really good. Obviously there has to be some lag, but it's working really well, and I can't tell any difference between that and the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. It's obviously not as good as the Switch Pro Controller. So this has the NFC reader and it's got the rumble. The main thing is the rumble and the motion control. It's a far better controller, and also you have the lights lighting up in the correct order. But if you already own a Wii U controller, or you can get aftermarket ones very cheaply. A Wii U controller second hand is between £25 and £30 in the UK. They're still expensive, but you can get aftermarket ones. I appreciate the quality is not going to be as good, but you get them very cheaply for £10 or £15. So the good thing is the adapter's £18.50, or with the other little accessories, £20 UK. So you can get going pretty cheaply. The only problem is it could be patched out at a later stage, but it's still a novelty, and especially if you already have one of these, then it is kind of fun being able to connect this up to the Nintendo Switch. So please watch my video on how to connect up the Xbox One S controller and the PlayStation controller, because they will all connect up just fine. And also, what happens is you can only connect up one controller to this. So for example, if you were to connect up numerous Pro controllers, then they all work as different players. If I connect up numerous PlayStation controllers and Xbox controllers, they all work as the one player. So that is obviously a massive downside, because only one adapter will do one player. But it means you can do co-op. So for example, now you can see here that it's working on the Wii U controller down here, but now it's also working here as the same player. So now you can do local co-op. For example, if you were playing Mario Kart, one person could be doing the driving and then the other person could be doing the weapons. And then a bit like Double Dash, if you remember that game. So watch my video and I will go into more depth of the other controllers, but they all work. There you go, see that's synced up as well. Have a look. And it's all wireless. And they all work really well. No USB cable, so that's fantastic that you can get all these things working now on the Nintendo Switch with such a cheap adapter. Right, fantastic news. This is an update at the end of this video, and basically it does support vibration, but you need to download the latest firmware on it. So I looked into the MayFlash adapter, and the one it gets shipped with is basically, you've got like 3 modes. You've got the green, blue and the red mode, but now there is also a purple mode if you download the latest firmware. So you need to go onto the website and then you need to pick the Magic adapter. So this is a MayFlash website, and if we have a look here, we've got our Magic-NS wireless controller adapter, and there's been a new update. You see here version 1.1, and it adds Switch Pro mode that supports the controller vibration. So I've downloaded this one here. And what I've done is I've plugged my adapter into the USB port, and basically it's recognised it here, and it says my current version is version 1.04. and this version that I'm going to be updating is to version 1.10. So now this should fix the fact that the rumble wasn't working. And also now we're going to have another colour button as well. So it says there, updates and verify OK. Right, so I'm going to just press OK. Okay, so the update's been done. This video is a bit choppy now because it's not flowing well, but basically I've got the purple light on here now because it's connected up to Switch Pro mode. And now also, not only has it sorted out the rumble that I'm going to show you in the bit after this, but it's also sorted out. Do you remember I said it was showing that my analog sticks were slightly out, they were drifting? Well, it wasn't. It was to do with the adapter again, because look, if you have a look now, can you see now? It goes straight back to the middle. And if I do B and do the right analog stick, again it's the same thing. If I move it around the place, as soon as I let go, it goes back to the middle, while before it was drifting out there a little bit. So there isn't actually anything wrong with my Wii U Pro Controller, hence the reason why I've never seen a problem on the actual Wii U. It was just to do with the adapter, and now they fixed it with their firmware update. So now I've got perfect analog sticks and also vibration function as well. If you have a look here, now when I do that thing, can you see there? Yeah. And it's the same with this one as well, so that you can see this is really going for it. Yeah. And the Xbox One. Probably hear the motors there. And this, and also in case you're wondering, all the other controllers will work fine. So for example, if you had 2, 3, 4, 5 players like I explained earlier, so just to show you, I've just got the Joy-Con working perfectly as player 2. And remember what I said, all the controllers connected to this adapter will just work as a single player. So that's why every one of these controllers is controlling the left hand side of the screen, and then the Joy-Con is controlling the right hand side of the screen. So this is the printout that they give you here about it. Before it was just the red, the blue and the green, and now they've got this purple one here called Switch Pro mode. And it works exactly the same as the other ones, it's just a different mode. The vibration feature is only in the purple mode, so you've got to change it to the purple mode. But changing it's easy, all you have to do is hold this button down. Let me just zoom in and show you. So, okay, you can hear the controller still vibrating now. So let's hold that down. 1 second, it's quite hard to push down. So I'm holding it in now. I'm going to wait until it turns off. And now when it comes back on, it's in blue, and can you see it's lost a connection here on the Nintendo Switch. So now if I do it again, it should go to, I think it's red next. So holding it down again until the light goes off, and now it comes back as green. So this is the X input mode, and now I'm going to hold it again and it should go off and it should go to purple. Now we're in red. Now hold it in. Right, and now we're in purple. Okay, and now when I hit my controllers they should all sync up again. Yeah, and they're all working again. Now, motion control still doesn't work. So, motion control was never going to work on the Wii U because it was never a feature of that controller. Just like the Xbox S controller, it wasn't a feature. But on the PlayStation 4 controller, it is a feature. But if you have a look, when I go to turn it on, so it's on right now, go to continue, and can you see nothing's happening? Yeah. So it's still obviously not as good as a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, but it is great now that the vibration feature works as well. So I think that adapter is well worth the money and hopefully continue to work as long as Nintendo don't patch it. So it's fantastic. So I'm still going to do that long video showing all the other controllers work, and I'll try the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 and stuff like that. But the early on in the video when I was talking about the vibration feature not working and how it was one of the downsides, or the major downside of it, well, it's not a downside anymore because it does work, and it really is easy to update that. It's no bother at all. You just need to be able to unzip the file that you download. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care, bye now.